Now, the search is on for a man the Missoula Sheriff's Office says is a very dangerous criminal.
Yeah, you might recognize this man, 39-year-old Chad Williams. Right now, he's on the run. A warrant out for his arrest after he violated his probation twice after getting out of prison in 2013 for attempted deliberate homicide. But this isn't the first time we've covered Williams. He has a lengthy violation of criminal history in Montana.
That's right. So we're asking how this happened and why he was on probation in the first place. Montana McLaughlin has been looking into multiple sources to get the answers. She joins us live in the studio with much more. Montana.
Yeah, Steve, Laurel, let's take this back to 1996. That's when all of this criminal mischief started. Chad Williams' face around town is nothing new.
These are violent offenders. You know, he may be in Missoula County, he may not be.
The Missoula Police Department says they have a history with him too. After a visit to the county attorney's office, we learned his violence started in 1996 when Williams was just 18 years old. Earlier that year, he was charged with partner family member assault. But Deputy County Attorney Brian Lowney says he likely didn't serve jail time for that.
It was a misdemeanor, and it would be unusual for him to serve any sort of significant custody sanction in a first offense, especially as a young person.
But a short time later, Williams found himself in handcuffs again after shooting a man 3 times during a burglary. A judge gave him a 60-year sentence. 25 of those were to be suspended or on probation, and 35 was prison time. But Williams only saw the inside of a cell for half of that. Lowney says that's due to something called a good time statute.
Meaning that the time that you served in custody, that time is credited against your sentence.
Since his release in 2013, things were relatively quiet. Fast forward to June 2016. Williams was arrested in Bozeman after an hours-long armed standoff. He was back in jail early July, but posted bond before his hearing in mid-August. Then he was extradited to Missoula County and given a GPS tracker. But just a few weeks later, in late August of early this year,
He cut his GPS monitoring system off. Our deputies went over to the house that he was staying at, and the GPS bracelet had, been cut, and then he hasn't been seen since.
now a fugitive again, which is where we find ourselves today. The Missoula Sheriff's Department continues to search for Williams from incoming tips. They say public citizens are their eyes, especially in high-profile cases like this. We also reached out to Gallatin Sheriff's Department. They say they're not actively looking for him right now. And if you have any information, you're asked to call 911 or the U.S. Marshal's Office, who specializes in tracking down these types of people. We reached out to them for more information, but have not heard back. Reporting live in Missoula, Montana McLaughlin, NBC Montana.
Now, there is a $1 million